Hello, everybody. Hello, Insta. Hello, Facebook. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing this evening? I pray all is well with you. This is your girl, Yo-Yo. I'm going to wait for some more people to come on in. Hey, Insta. I feel good today. I've been rushing all day. I'm telling you, I changed my clothes like 3 times because I spilled something on the first shirt. Then my dog jumped on and got something on the second shirt. So this is it. I hope that it works this way. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Are you all there? Good evening, good evening, good evening. I pray you all are having a terrific, what day is this? Tuesday, Lord forgive me. And everything is going well with you all. This is the Let's Grow with Yo-Yo show. And we are going to get started. I'm not going to take too much more of your time. We are going to do some admin stuff first. So please go like and share my Facebook page. It's called Let's Grow with Yo-Yo. Also, Yomi Hardison for Governor's page. Like and share that page. And on Instagram, it is Yo-Yo7393001. My YouTube channel is Let's Grow with Yo-Yo. Like and subscribe to that channel also. And I would greatly appreciate it. Now, as you all know, I wear lashes sometimes. No makeup tonight. But I do wear my lashes. And if any of you men or ladies who like or love lashes, or man, did you want to get something for your wife, girlfriend, significant other? My daughter has an eye candy love page. It's called Eye Candy Love, LOVEE, by B.com. You could get your headbands, purses, sunglasses, and lashes. All your needs on that page. All right? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is, did you know in Black history? We are going to celebrate the late Colin Powell, General Colin Powell today. He was the first Black, can y'all say it? The first Black or African American Secretary of State from 2001 to 2005. He served under George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush. Yes, he did. He was born in April 1937, April 5th, as a matter of fact. And as we all know, he passed last week from complications with COVID. And my heart and prayers goes out to his family and his friends. He was well respected, really a epitome of a man, and he loved his country. He was the Deputy National Security Advisor in 1987 and the National Security Advisor from 1988 to 1989. That is your Did You Know in Black history. And rest well, General Colin Powell. Well, tonight we are going to talk about CRT, critical race theory. If you all don't know what critical race theory is, let me go ahead and give you the definition. It's a way of understanding how American racism has shaped public policy. It has been around for 40 years. They usually teach this in college. They don't teach it in elementary school. They don't teach it in middle school. They don't teach it in high school. They usually teach it in college. Now, I'm going back to this because this week, was it this week? Was last Thursday or Friday, the former Secretary of State, Condolezza Rice, was on The View. And let me see if I can share this with you all, because I want you all to hear what she says before I go into it. Okay, give me a second. All right, let's see here. All right, so here we go. We're going to share the screen, and I want you to listen to what she says.
Being taught. I come out of an academic institution, and this is something that academics debate. What is the role of race and so forth? And let me be very clear. I grew up in segregated Birmingham, Alabama. I couldn't go to a movie theater or to a restaurant with my parents. I went to segregated schools till we moved to Denver. My parents never thought I was going to grow up in a world without prejudice, but they also told me that's somebody else's problem, not yours. You're going to overcome it, and you are going to be anything you want to be. And that's the message that I think we ought to be sending to kids. One of the worries that I have about the way that we're talking about race is that it either seems so big that somehow white people now have to feel guilty for everything that happened in the past. I don't think that's very productive. Or Black people have to feel disempowered by race. I would like Black kids to be completely empowered, to know that they are beautiful in their Blackness. But in order to do that, I don't have to make white kids feel bad for being white. So somehow this is a conversation that has gone in the wrong direction.
That last part, you don't have to lie.
Yeah, there's a little bit of it in order for Black kids who, quite frankly, for a long time, the way they were portrayed, the way their history was portrayed, it was second-class citizenship.
Of course.
But I don't have to make white children feel bad about being white in order to overcome the fact that Black children were making it happen. It happens.
Okay. So now we are back. Oh God, my thing froze up again. Give me a minute. Okay. So here we go. It froze up. Sorry, y'all. So the reason why I wanted to share that with you all is because the statement that she said that we shouldn't allow white people to feel less than, and Black people should feel comfortable in their Blackness. That is so absolutely true, right? However, everyone should know the truth about segregation. Everyone should understand that racism is an ongoing thing. It happened. It's in our country today. It's something that we need to figure out how we need to go about making sure that people are understanding that racism happened. It happened. Our foundation of this country was built on that. Let me elaborate. Africans were brought over from Africa on slave ships, right? It happened. It was a part of slavery. It happened. But before we get to that, European white men and women migrated to America. And by the way, Columbus did not discover America. I hate to bust your bubble. Migrated to America and took over the country from Native Americans. That happened. That is a part of history. Okay? We should teach our children that happened. They should not say Christopher Columbus discovered America. Wrong. He did not discover America. Okay? The people that were here first were the Indians, Native Americans. They were here. We need to teach our children that, right? We also need to teach our children that in Africa, Black African, some sold their family members, their children, to the Europeans because they were offered money, a better life, not going to be dead or something if they did not give up their family members or their children. Africans were brought over here to this country to do to build the country. We built the railroads. We picked cotton. We did textile work in the north. That means building buildings. We built this country on our backs, not just our backs, but Native Americans' backs also. So if you don't give the whole truth to children, I feel like you're depriving them of the correct history. Now, if you don't go over the correct history, what is going to happen? It's going to repeat itself. It's going to be a never-ending cycle. We're going to keep going around, keep going around, keep going around. No one is ever going to learn about critical race or how race played a major part in America. Okay? That even goes with policies and laws and I'm sorry, y'all. Policies and laws that this nation was founded on. Okay? When the Constitution was written, these were slave owners. Okay? They were slave owners, and they wrote the Constitution that did not include Black people. It was we were not included in that. So that needs to be taught in history. Let's be realistic. We weren't included in the Constitution when it was written, and then when it was revised later on, we were considered 3/5 of a person, whatever that means. I don't know. We could cut ourselves in parts or whatever. So they still do not concede us at Black and brown people as human beings, per the Constitution. So that needs to be put into. I don't say elementary school children need to get that, but in middle school, like 8th grade year, 9th grade year, freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year in high school, because they get to understand the history of this country. We also have to understand when slavery was over. In Texas, we were the last to be freed here in this state. I live in Texas. That's why Juneteenth is so important to Black America, because that's our Independence Day. That's when we were free. That's when we were, hallelujah, no more slavery. Now I understand they get taught Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks. I don't know if schools teach about Emmett Till. I don't remember learning that in school. I could be wrong, but I don't remember learning that until I got to college. So that wasn't something that was taught. Emmett Till, the Tuskegee Airmen, all that was taught. I remember that briefly. And it just happened that it was taught during Black History Month. So again, we were all critical race theory is something that we should understand. I don't like the term critical race theory because it's not a theory, because it happened. And I don't believe that things that actually happen is considered a theory, right? Even today in policies with the government, like I said last week about how the Joe Biden administration has said he was going to help African American people, and he went ahead and, hey y'all, went from $45 billion to help HBCUs down to $2 billion for HBCUs, which is really a hard thing for us, because it's taken away from paying the African American teachers what they're worth, updating the university and colleges, going after prospective students. I had to get that right. Prospective students. All that stuff is still today. The John Lewis Act that has been sitting, waiting to be passed, is still sitting on the desk. Nothing has happened with that, except for part of it. Part of it was the George Floyd bill is still not being passed, and that would help and protect black and brown people today if they would pass this bill and make it a law. So race is still a part. And for Condolezza Rice to say that it's not our problem, it's their problem. No, it is your problem, because if you don't speak out about race or against racism, you'll have another January 6th. Now let's go back to that. Let's think about this. If race was not an issue, if anybody from the Black Lives Matter protest came out there, would they be called good people? They were just protesting? No. The National Guard would have been put out. The what do you call it? The police, the DC police would be out there roaming the streets, fighting, probably shooting up, and blood would have been shed. So all this is part of racism. It's out here today. And it's not just their problem, it's our problem. Would I love to get past it? Of course. But in order to get past it, you have to address it. I don't have nobody speaking to me tonight, but that's okay. So in order to get past certain things, you have to address it. And if we keep, oh, that's their problem, it'll go away, it's never going to go away. The one thing I could say about Trump when he was in office, and now you know who your enemies are, because before they were hiding behind everything. It was a facade. They weren't showing their true colors. But now they're out and about, and you know who they are. I give him that, right? Because I know that you don't like black or brown people. So I'm going to pause with you and treat you accordingly, right? But I fail to, this is another thing, the Asian Act bill that was signed because of Asians being attacked and killed was after George Floyd's bill was brought to the Senate. That was signed by Biden and passed through the Senate with flying colors. But nothing to help black and brown people. So we have to start back with not only in the schools teaching your children about critical race, but speaking about these things. This is why I have this platform. This is why I talk about this. I'm not always talking about critical race theory, but I'm talking about this tonight because I don't want people to take what Condolezza Rice, former Secretary of State Rice, has stated about it's somebody else's problem, not yours. I do not feel that we need to make Sally over here feel bad for being white. And I don't think we need to degrade ourselves for being black or brown. However, I need to let Sally know you're not going to call me, excuse my language, a nigga, or degrade me because I am black. I'm going to show you respect. You show me respect regardless of race. Understand? It's our issue. It's an American issue. We need to tell that the Ku Klux Klan lynched, burned, killed, shot black people, drug them down the road. Here in Texas, not too long ago, in Tyler, Texas, a black man was drugged behind a truck and killed just for being black. We need to talk about what happened at Rosewood in the late 1920s. We need to talk about what happened in Florida. We need to talk about these things because these things are significant to our culture, to our society, to our future. Because if we don't talk about this, we won't get past where we are. We will still be stuck, and we need to get past where we are to move forward. Yes, that is correct, John. You have to. As parents, and you're correct. As parents, we should teach our children. But what's wrong with them learning it in school also? I don't know about everybody else. I know I teach my daughters about Black history, American history. In Texas, you got to know Texas history in order to graduate. So if you want to learn about history, we need to talk about all of history. And that is including what the critical race theorists would say we shouldn't talk about. And I believe that they are scared to talk about that because they don't want the young people of today questioning why was this happening, or why is it still happening, or having them change everything. And I do believe racism is taught, and I do believe that the young people nowadays are not like people in my generation or some of the millennials. This Generation Z and the millennials, honey, they don't care about race, honey. They intermingling and they doing this and they doing that. And I believe if you tell them the truth, that they are the leaders of tomorrow. And if you tell them the truth about all of American history, good, bad, or indifferent, I believe they would change the trajectory of our future. And I believe the older people that are in Congress and all that, they want to keep it away because they don't want it to change. But that's, again, where I always say you need leaders that you have the same mindset with, or the same policies, or you like their policies with, and you can help, or they can help grow your agenda, or help the agenda of America, not just one thing. So I was asked today why I wanted to, it wasn't just today, but the person asked me today why I wanted to go for governor of Texas. And my theory, my thing was, I want to change this state out of the confusion of this state. This state right here is a Republican state. And this state here, it has a lot of history baggage. And they feel that those people are at the top and we are beneath. And I don't want to say white people because it's not all white. But some of them, a lot of them feel, and everybody else is beneath. And even though we are almost the majority, they are still the majority, but we ain't too far from them here in the state. If they can suppress you, then what chance they have the upper hand? I want to give everybody a fair chance. I don't want no other black or brown person, because there's a lot of brown people getting killed, shot, arrested for no reason here in Texas. You can't even ask a police officer sometimes, why are you stopping me? What did I do? Some are okay, some are not. So again, if we learn all our history, the true history, the not watered down history of America, we can get past all that and make a better future for my children, my children's children, their children's children. It's all generational. And until we learn that, we're going to keep making the same mistakes that we have made. So that is what I came up here to talk about tonight. That is what I want you all to think about. And ask your councilmen, mayors, school representatives, superintendents, why not have a critical race theory course? Hey, bump it. How about a true history course? Not just the stuff we learned. Columbus did not discover America, y'all. Them Europeans came over here and stole the land from Native Americans. They went over to Africa and brought back black people. Granted, I always said some Africans did sell us to them, but we also, black people, need to get out that slavery mindset. Do you know we are the only culture that does not like to help each other? We have that crab in the barrel mentality. So we need to help ourselves in order to help our future too. So that's my soapbox for tonight. I told you I was not going to keep y'all long today. I just wanted to give you all something to think about and to reflect on as your week goes on. And racism is everybody's problem. It's not their problem. It's our problem. It's everybody's problem. So thank you for listening, for signing on. Remember to like and share my Facebook page, Let's Grow with Yo-Yo, my YouTube page, Let's Grow with Yo-Yo. And if you're looking to for lashes or purses or sunglasses, go to iCandyLove, LOVEE by B.com and shop. Hi, Yolanda. How are you? So that is it. I really want y'all to think about this critical race theory and how America was founded, how that Constitution was brought out. Hey, John. How we as a country need to build on each other, build it to where we won't have to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. We need to learn. Teach everybody. White, black, brown, purple, green, yellow, whatever color. The truth. Because the truth, once you tell the truth, a lie can't stand. A lie will not stand. It's hard to not remember the truth. Okay? So you all have a good night. I thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Have a good night. And remember, let's grow with Yo-Yo. Goodbye.